Am I the only one that didn't know Thomas Jefferson's darker secrets? We all learned about him in school, right? The third president of the United States, the principal author of the Declaration of Independence, a founding father. But there's so much more to his story. Brace yourself, we're pulling back the curtain on history. It's time to dive deeper into the life of Thomas Jefferson beyond the textbooks and the glorified tales. Thomas Jefferson, third President of the United States, author of the Declaration of Independence. A man who wrote the words, "All men are created equal," words that have echoed through the centuries as a beacon of freedom and equality. Sounds like a hero, right? A champion of liberty, a visionary who helped shape the nation. But as we peel back the layers, we find a more complex and contradictory figure. But here's the kicker. The man who penned "All men are created equal" owned over 600 enslaved people throughout his life. Yes, you heard that right. Over 600 human beings treated as property, forced to work on his plantations. Yeah, you heard that right. It's a shocking revelation, one that casts a long shadow over his legacy. Even more controversial is his relationship with Sally Hemings, an enslaved woman at his estate, Monticello. Hemings was not just any enslaved person, she was the half-sister of his deceased wife, Martha. Historians suggest that Jefferson fathered 6 children with her. Imagine the scandal of that time, a powerful man having children with an enslaved woman who was also his sister-in-law by marriage. Sally Hemings was in fact the half-sister of his deceased wife, Martha. Imagine the scandal. This relationship was kept in the shadows, a secret that only came to light many years later. Jefferson's public and private lives were worlds apart. He presented himself as a champion of liberty and justice, yet his actions told a different story. While he championed liberty and justice on paper, he perpetuated the very institution he publicly criticized. Hypocrisy much? It's a stark contradiction that leaves us questioning his true beliefs and motivations. And let's talk about those 600 enslaved people. What happened to them? Did Jefferson ever free them? Sadly, no. Despite his public stance against slavery, he did little to change the lives of those he enslaved. Did Jefferson ever free them? Sadly, no. Even in his will, only 5 were granted freedom. The rest remained enslaved, their lives and futures dictated by the whims of their new owners. Even in his will, only 5 were granted freedom. The rest, sold to pay off his debts. It's a grim reality that starkly contrasts with the ideals he espoused. The rest, sold to pay off his debts. Jefferson died deeply in debt, and his estate, including the people he enslaved, was sold to cover what he owed. So much for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The very principles he helped enshrine in the Declaration of Independence were denied to those under his control. Jefferson left behind a complicated legacy, a legacy that forces us to confront the uncomfortable truths about our history and the people who shaped it. A man of great intellect and profound contradictions. His contributions to the nation are undeniable, but so are his moral failings. It's a stark reminder that even the most celebrated figures have shadows lurking in their stories. Jefferson's life is a testament to the complexity of human nature and the dualities that exist within us all. History isn't always black and white. Sometimes it's a murky shade of gray. The story of Thomas Jefferson is a perfect example of this complexity. So next time you hear about Thomas Jefferson, remember there's more to the story than what's in the textbooks. It's a story of brilliance and contradiction, of ideals and hypocrisy. Curious for more historical deep dives? Hit that like and follow. There's so much more to uncover, so many more stories to tell. Catch you next time. Stay curious and keep questioning the past.